The tale of the Ashigara begins in the early 20th century when warships were the pride and power of nations. Ashigara, named after a mountain range in Japan, came into being as a part of the Imperial Japanese Navy's expansion plans. The Japanese government laid down her keel on April 7, 1925, at the Kawasaki shipyard in Kobe. Ashigara was a Miyoko-class heavy cruiser, the second of her class to be launched. With her elegant, sleek hull and formidable armament, she was a testament to Japan's growing naval prowess. Her design was a technological marvel at the time, boasting the capability to outrun and outgun many of her contemporaries. The Ashigara sailed into the waters for the first time on April 27, 1928. She was a symbol of power, a force to be reckoned with. But interestingly, this force was kept on a tight leash. In 1931, Ashigara was assigned to the 3rd Squadron, which was a part of the 1st Fleet. However, rather than seeing action, she spent most of her time conducting training exercises. From 1933 to 1938, Ashigara served as a flagship for the 3rd Squadron, yet she never fired a shot in anger during these years. As World War II erupted, one might have expected the Ashigara to be thrust into the heart of the conflict. Yet, this was not the case. Throughout the war, the Ashigara was mostly relegated to transport duties. She ferried troops and supplies, but rarely engaged in combat. The Ashigara saw her first and only taste of battle in the latter stages of the war. On June 8, 1945, she was torpedoed and sunk by the British submarine HMS Trenchant in the Bunker Strait. The ship that was built for war met her end without truly fulfilling her intended purpose. It's ironic, isn't it? The Ashigara, a ship built for combat, was largely denied the chance to engage in the very activity it was designed for. Instead, she spent most of her life in a state of readiness, a sleeping dragon that was never truly awakened. In the grand scheme of the war, the Ashigara may not have played a significant role. Yet, her story serves as a poignant reminder of the many facets of war. Not all ships see battle, and not all soldiers fight. Sometimes, the mere presence of a formidable force can be enough to deter the enemy. In summary, the Ashigara was a warship that never truly saw war. Built for action, she was instead relegated to transport duties and training exercises. Her life ended in combat, but not in the way one might expect for a ship of her stature. The Ashigara is a symbol of the paradoxes of war, a force of destruction that was never fully unleashed. As we close this chapter of history, we are reminded that every ship, every soldier has a story. The Ashigara's story is one of potential unrealized, of power restrained. It's a tale that adds another layer to our understanding of the complex tapestry that is the history of warfare.